no idea if you guys can see me or not, but welcome to vlog number 6 of the year. Trying a new angle today. Yeah. Looks like if I'm at this angle, I might have to bend like that, which is annoying. So let's see if I can lower it even. No, I don't think I can. Maybe this tripod will let me. But I just wanted to have different angles, because the one that I used to start my vlogs with was really unflattering, giving me a double chin and all that. But it looks like we're just gonna have to keep it at that. Like that. So, I guess I got a package. We'll do that first. And I totally just went to the wrong area. Yeah, so I only got one book of the month this month because I'm buying romance books this month and none of the romance books on book of the month appealed to me. So I got just the one pick of the month. There's what we're doing. This box is pretty beat up, so not as sturdy as when I get 2 books. They had several good choices this month. So there were 2 that I was stuck between, but this is the one that I went with. And that is Don't Cry For Me by Daniel Black. So let's get that out of here. And then we have a bookmark as well that says BRB, Ignoring My Responsibilities, Story of My Life. So, let me tell y'all what this is about. Already has dog hair. No, that's from the box. Because my dog's hair looks like it's the same color. Ooh, yellow. Okay, yeah, so a black father makes amends with his gay son through letters written on his deathbed in this wise and penetrating novel of empathy and forgiveness. As Jacob lies dying, he begins to write a letter to his only son Isaac. They have not met or spoken in many years. There are things that Isaac must know, stories about his ancestral legacy in rural Arkansas that extends back to slavery. So that was the thing where I was like, we're adding it. Because I love things about ancestry and all of that. So secrets from Jacob's tumultuous relationship with Isaac's mother and the shame he carries from the dissolution of their family, tragedies that inform Jacob's role as a father, and his reaction to Isaac being gay. So where's the writer from? He was raised in Blackwell, Arkansas, and lives in Atlanta, Georgia. He looks so nice. I love his smile. But yeah, so this is the book I chose. Oh, I didn't know. So that must be the son on the cover, and then the dad on the back. I really like this cover. I love this, all the colors, and that reminds me of like the Golden Brook Road. Is that what it's called? I don't know. But yeah, I think this is a perfect like southern cover, as it does take place in Arkansas. I think it's fitting for that part of the country, and also this is what I chose for my book of the month. Now, let me tell you about the book I'm currently reading. So I am a little over halfway through this. I'm at 52%. I stopped in the middle of a chapter last night, which I don't like to do, but I did. So I'm on page 194, and that is chapter 20 in Meet in the Middle by Devin Daniel. So she's a liberal staffer. He's a moderate conservative, which I will take moderate conservatives over far right conservatives, but you know, the reviews of this are pretty brutal on Goodreads because I feel like people are just taking their own political views and projecting it onto the book, which I don't think is a good thing, as this is fiction, and all of that. So this, I have no problem with it. I am actually really enjoying it. I think it's going to be a 4-star because this is just what I wanted. I wanted something political, fictional political, I should say, and set in DC, romance for February. So I am enjoying this, and I should finish it this weekend. So tomorrow probably. Yes, that's what I'm reading. I'm probably not going to read till like 3. I'm currently watching the Olympics. It's biathlete, I don't know. It's like they're skiing and they had to shoot a rifle and all that, and America came in 4th, so we don't get a medal in that. I think Russia won, the ROC. So yeah, I'm watching watching the Olympics right now. And yeah, I usually don't start reading until 3 on Saturdays anyway, because I'm usually doing stuff. Like, I already have my lunch and all that. And, ooh, I might not start at 3 actually, because the NHL All-Star game is at 3, which is really weird, because that means it's at like noon where they are, and I think that's strange to have that at noon. Have a big event, and in Las Vegas, like, that's weird. Yes, yeah, I've had sports every day this weekend. Last night we watched the opening ceremony. I'm not gonna talk about the politics of that. And then 2 is the NHL All-Star game today. And then 3, which will be tomorrow, is the NASCAR Clash of the Coliseum, which I think I've watched the Clash maybe like once in my life, which is usually in Daytona, Florida, Daytona Beach. And this year they are having it in Los Angeles in a football stadium, and I think this very unique, so I'm going to watch it, and it will be like one of my favorite drivers. He's driving a cup car, so yeah. I made it through watching all these sports. So during the commercial breaks or intermissions and hockey is when I would read. So like, I do have an understanding of everything that's happening, but obviously I wasn't reading as fast. I still think I could definitely finish this book today, but I don't know. I don't have pressure on myself, like I have to finish today. I'm in the middle of the steamy scene. So yeah, the last romance book I read didn't have any steam. I was expecting it the whole time, and there was no steam, which it's still it was my favorite romance book I read last year, so no complaint about that. So yeah, for me, for romance, it doesn't have to have those kind of scenes. I kind of talked about that in last week's video, but this book does have that, or it seems like it's going to. It's like leading up, so it could fade to black, who knows. But yeah, I just made myself some lasagna for dinner, and then after I eat, I will get back to binge reading this, because it's 6 o'clock and I haven't got to like read any. But the Metro Division is someone who won the All-Star game, and then it cut off before I could find out who won MVP, because they win a car, and then the team gets presented with $1 million, and that'll be split between the whole team. And then not hockey. In the Olympics, I watched ski jumping. Is that what it's called? Ski jumping? I don't know. Women's ski jumping, and that was really cool. And I don't know how people do that. I would be terrified. Like, I would fall flat on my face. Like, that would guarantee happen to me. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat my dinner before it goes cold, and then get to reading. I finished the book. It is a 4-star read. So these are gonna be my thoughts, like off the top of my head. I haven't written down what I'm going to put on Bookstagram and Goodreads and all that yet. Be sure to check out there for my reviews. So we'll start with characters. This is like the first romance book that I've actually liked the female character. I think I like the female character more than the male character, and that's for like straight romance. Yeah. But yeah, so this is the first time where I've actually liked the character that's telling the story. This at the female's perspective. What is her name? Kate. Yeah, basic names. So I definitely did like her as a character, but I didn't dislike Ben either. At times I do wish Kate would have stood up for herself more, or was a little more stubborn, but obviously we can't all be like that. So then atmosphere, I really liked the atmosphere of the Washington setting. I do wish we would have got more of Washington rather than just being like in the office or their apartments. I wish we just would have got more of the city and all involved, but it was fine. Writing is, I don't expect great writing from romance. It did lag kind of in the middle there, but like the chapters started getting longer around the 15-page mark, which is not terribly long, but it wasn't consistent with the start and finish of the book. The plot, I really like the plot. I know a lot of people on Goodreads hate the plot of this, of people from different political parties having a relationship. I think it is realistic for that to happen. Personally, I don't know if I could do it, but I do think it is realistic, and those kind of relationships should be explored. Even though on the Goodreads reviews, everybody's like, no, absolutely not. If you were one political party, you shouldn't date the other. Yeah, but I think that it went nicely in here. And then, yeah, my enjoyment, I did really enjoy it. As I said, I'm giving it a 4-star, and it's my favorite book that I've read so far this month. So that is that. So the next book I'm going to start, which I will start tomorrow, is a new release romance that came out last week, which when y'all are seeing this will be like 2 weeks ago, and that is The Roughest Draft by, they're actually a real life couple, Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca. And it takes place in Florida, which I'm super excited for because it's at the moment I'm wanting that. It's probably because it's like winter here and I haven't been to Florida in a few years. I went about maybe like 8 years without going to Florida, and then I started going every year, and now I haven't been there since 2019, and I'm like, I miss it. And then just that warm weather. I don't know what part of Florida this is taking place in, but Florida is generally warm. But I'm picturing like a South Florida setting with this, because the pool, the palm trees, even though again, that's like all of Florida, that's all of South Carolina. But yeah, so this is two writers. They have broken up, so it's a second chance romance, and they go to this small town to write the last book that they have on their contract with the publisher, whoever. I don't know about like that, but so they're facing crossroads in their personal and professional lives. So it's kind of similar to this, but this is enemies to lovers, when this is going to be a second chance romance. And again, this came out 2 weeks ago for when you guys are watching this, so I haven't seen anybody talk about this book yet. I mean, I had never heard anybody talk about this, but yeah, this one also, I haven't heard anything about it, but I am excited because writers, I can relate to that, and Florida, love Florida. So I definitely cannot wait to pick this one up tomorrow. But I am about to take a bath, and I wanted to open the Lush package with y'all. I got this a few days ago, but I just haven't gotten around to open it. Now they have my address on like both sides here, so awkwardly having to open it. Look at that hair. We're about to fix that. But the Lush packages smell so good even before they're open. And they usually ship from Canada. This shipped from, oh, it did come from Canada, but Ontario. But yeah, the other side is their US, because I guess it went from Ontario to Buffalo for the customs or whatever. And these things, they're actually, like, you put them in the sink and they melt. So I don't know if I'm going to try that, because my sink does have some issues. But, okay. Let me see, I'm going to put it right here because they're not in little bags like they usually are. So I got, this is so cute, I'm definitely about to use this. It's a little like lobster. I think this is a bath bomb, because sometimes I get bubble bars, sometimes I get bath bombs. But he's a little lobster, Larry the lobster. Super cute, love that. And then I hope I didn't just get one. I think I got more than one. Okay, yeah, and I only just get the free sample. There's an option like not to get it, but for me, I'm like, it's free, I'm getting it. Okay, so then we have one more here. There's this little love bug. This is my aesthetic to a T. So those are the two things that I paid for. And these are my February, my Valentine's. We have like 2 weeks to Valentine's. So then I got this. It's Grease Lightning, Tea Tree, and Aloe Gel. So I think this would be better for summer, for like sunburn and that kind of thing. And this was made by Reggie. It doesn't have the best used date. Oh, used by the first, okay, a year. Because I was like, if it says used by February 1st. So this, just some gel, aloe. Yeah, so I'm going to get a bath. I don't know what time it is, but I'm going to get a bath sometime tonight. And I'm going to use the lobster. And I'm just realizing, kind of cool looking. So that is what I got. So tell me which ones I should get for St. Patrick's Day next month. If you guys have any suggestions. Green things, you know, green or orange. Cool. Sunday, I did not make my bed. My room is a mess because it is cold, and I'm going to be in my bed because it's freezing here in the house and outside. It's literally only like in the 50s, but when you've been at like 75, 55 is cold. So I'm about to start this book. It's set in Florida, so hopefully it'll make me feel nice and warm. So it's 5 o'clock, the NASCAR Clash. It's like, that's the name, right? Is at 5 or at 6, my bad. So I'm gonna read for this hour all the way around, and then during the Clash thing, I don't want to call it a race because I don't know. I've never watched the Clash before, so I don't fully know what to expect. But obviously, it's TV in America. There's commercials because it's not HBO or something like that. So during the commercials, I will read, but for the 5 o'clock hour anyway, I'm going to read like all the way around. So this book, let's see how many pages it is. Ooh, there are the writers. Oh, they're so cute. So the page, it's 313 pages, so definitely about 30 pages shorter than Meet You in the Middle. And this is a new release again. It came out about 2 weeks ago for y'all, and I cannot wait to get to it. My copy is a bit damaged, but I'm not picky about that. Like, just a little fold, and that's not a big deal. But I'm going to start. Do I have a drink in here? Okay, yeah, I do. It's fine because I am thirsty. So I'm going to read this, and I will update y'all how it goes. So we're co-writing literary darlings until they hit a plot hole that turned their lives upside down. That's kind of fun, but yeah. I got to page 25, so I read 3 chapters. I'm not sure what percent that is, because right time I got onto Goodreads, my phone died. I usually plug it in at 5%, and it was at 6% and died, so that's not good. I'm definitely liking the female character more, which is something strange that in the last romance I read and in this one, I'm liking the female characters. Usually in romances, I don't. So that's a good thing that I'm liking the characters. Now, the male character, Nathan, I feel like he really needs to be humbled, which is obviously, I think it's meant to be like that. So hopefully he gets humbled along the way. But this is the second book in a row where I've read where one of the main characters went to the University of Virginia, which is just kind of funny that 2 in a row have had the characters have gone to the same college. But yeah, so this book has a certain smell to it. Like, I don't know what, like, it smells like a book, but it reminds me of high school or something. I don't know. Like, it smells like a textbook. It has a really interesting texture. Like, I don't know what that texture is. It just feels interesting. So I haven't really connected with it a lot. Like, I found myself getting distracted a lot. So, but that could just be a me thing and not book related. So it's almost 6 o'clock. So I will just be picking this up on commercial break. So the chapters are really short, which is nice. They're about like 8 pages. And that's like a good length for me. I'm not wanting really long chapters. I am starting a fantasy book tomorrow, so I'm kind of dreading long chapters, but we'll talk about that. Monday now. I did want to give y'all my updated thoughts on the roughest draft. I didn't last night because I had to watch Euphoria and all that, which the episode last night I think could be the best episode of the whole series so far. But yeah, I won't go into spoilers. So for this, I think this is really interesting. So I think Katrina and Nathan are really going with their second time around, really switching roles. The first time around, Nathan was already married and going on this writer's getaway with Katrina. And then this time, it's Katrina is the one who is in their relationship. And Nathan is I'm pretty sure he's single. Yeah, that's the thing with this book. I feel like, maybe things aren't described well enough. There was one part early on where it was like James Joyce came in and got patted on the head. So I'm like, obviously it's not the real author, James Joyce, but is this a dog or a cat? And it's never explicitly said if it is a dog or cat, but then it said something about the way cats walk, like cat patting or something. So then I knew it was a cat, like way later. So that's just a little thing in this that I don't think things are like really explicitly said. And so I wish we would get a little bit more detail. In Florida, we are not in a fictional town. I love when things are real towns and not fictional. So we are in Key Largo, and I have been there. So I recommend going there if you haven't been. I love the Florida Keys. It's probably, yeah, we're in the same as beautiful on the East Coast of places I've been. And I've been on every state on the East Coast, from Florida to Massachusetts. So I feel like I have good say in that. But yeah, I'm at 22%. I definitely was liking Meet You in the Middle more, but that did have my favorite romance trope and all of that. So and another thing that I think is really interesting is getting a male romance writer, which I've never read any romance by a male author. So, and I really like how it's a guy is actually writing the guy's perspective and a woman is writing the woman's perspective. I think that's really interesting. And so these two have written YA contemporary before, so you may know them from there. And then Emily Wibberley, it looked like a fantasy series, it might have been sci-fi. I was looking at their Goodreads, and both of their Goodreads, and hers, it looked like some kind of fantasy. So yes, I just wish it was a little more detail, and that's all. But for Monday, we will be starting a book later, but I will get to that once I get reading. But I got my Unplugged book box today, so we are going to open it. So the theme this month is time travel. Now where are my scissors? Where are they? Oh, here they are from when we opened the book of the month the other day. Sorry, my nose is kind of running. I just had a hot breakfast, some grits. It is quite cold here, but I know once we get through this, what's the winter storm Landon, that it's gonna get warm again. And I can't wait for the warm weather. So I can read outside, and yeah, for mentally, yeah, I feel really good mentally right now, but just to help myself get better is being outside and all of that, and just doing stuff outside and getting vitamin D. So here we go, opening it up. So our theme here, sorry, I'm doing this on my computer desk, so I don't have a ton of room. So our theme is Journey Through Time, so I'm not going to look at that just yet because that is our spoiler card, and this is adult fiction for those of you unaware. So I'm just gonna pull out this, which I have on top. It looks like an ice tray that is Doctor Who inspired. Yeah. I don't drink that much stuff with ice, but, and especially with it being February, but these are really cool. What is that called? TARDIS. I think TARDIS. And then I don't know what the other is called, but I love the way ice trays feel. Like, these ones feel really cool. Okay, now we have something that is like in a little box. Okay, it's looking like a mug. Yep, it's a mug. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes! Oh, an Outlander mug, an Outlander mug. Oh, your face is my heart, and this, and the something of you is my soul, and the for you. I don't know what that word is. The bottom looks kind of dirty, but every time I get a mug, I wash it anyway. But oh my gosh, it is an Outlander mug. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Yes, love that. Love that. But ooh, for my smoothies is what I can use that for. So it looks like we have a tea here. Oh, it's a candle from the Corolla place, which I found out was in the Outer Banks, which I've only been to the Outer Banks once. So this is Natural, Pure, Honest, Kindred, Vanilla, and Amorous. There are so many interesting times we could have visited. So let's smell it. Ooh, it's so pretty. Oh, and it smells good. I love vanilla. Look at that, really pretty. So Kindred, it sounds familiar, but I'm not sure what fandom that is. So yeah, here's some tea. Now, I'm not really a tea drinker, but I do know some people who are. So Time Spinner tea, black tea, orange peel, cinnamon chips, dried currants, ginger root, whole cloves, hibiscus flowers. I didn't know you could use hibiscus flowers. Apple and natural fruit flavors. So I might try it. I don't know. I've never really drank like tea that you make. I drink sweet tea like every week, and I will begin sweet tea later. Ooh, so we had this little box. Oh, that is so pretty. Just a little jewelry box. So I was seeing it had a strong wood smell, but oh, it's really, really pretty. I don't know what this is inspired by. Then we have a bath bomb. It looks like a shower steamer. Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is perfect for this time of year. Relax and unwind. So it has citric acid, cornstarch, isopropyl alcohol, and essential oil. Nice. Okay, we are to the book now. We're at the book. You want to see the writing? Oh, I got the front. This is a Lullaby for Witches by Hester Fox, and then we had an autograph sticker here. So let's see what it's about. Two women, a history of witchcraft and deep-rooted female power that sings out across the centuries. Just that first little part, I'm like, yes. So once there was a young woman from a well-to-do New England family who never quite fit with the drawing rooms and parlors of her kin. Called instead into the tangled woods and wild cliffs surrounding her family's estate, Margaret Harlow grew both stranger and more beautiful as she cultivated her uncanny power. Soon whispers of witch dodged her footsteps, and Margaret's power began to wind itself with the tendrils of something darker. 150 years later, Augusta Potos takes a dream job at Harlow House, the historic home of a wealthy New England family that has been turned into a small museum in Tynemouth, Massachusetts. When Augusta stumbles across an oblique reference to a daughter of the Harlows who has nearly been expunged from the historical record, the mystery is too intriguing to ignore, but as she digs deeper, something sinister unfurls from its sleep, a dark power that binds one woman to the other across lines of blood and time. If Augusta can't resist its allure, everything she knows and loves, including her very life, could be lost forever. So yes, that does sound right up my alley. What am I looking for? Why did I open the book? I don't know. So yeah, I'll put the autograph sticker inside the book. Oh yeah, so let's look at the this now to see. And the theme for next month is Spellbound. So yeah, these all kind of have like those magic elements. I wish it was just any genre, like thriller, historical fiction, anything, but that is not what we have here. So the Outlander Mug, of course. Yeah, and then the Discovery of Witches was the tea. Kindred Candle, so that's Octavia Butler's Kindred, which, yeah, I do really want to read that. Then the Bath Apothecary is just, it's not a theme. And then the Doctor Who Silicone Mold. Yeah, you could do it for ice, chocolates, or crafts, so you can do a lot of things with that. And then Travel Through Time with the Time Traveler's Wife mini suitcase trinket. So yes, that is everything. Thank you, Unplugged. Unboxing, yeah. I started reading at 2 since Monday is my busiest day, so I'm going to start reading earlier. So I'm reading Night Spinner by Addie Thorley, and let me show you. I don't remember what box I got this in. I wish it would say like on Book of the Month, only it has like the Book of the Month logo on it. But we get this cool inner sleeve. So this is about a warrior who her magic had like a freak accident and she killed a lot of innocent people, so she's been sent away to this monastery, and then her sister, who is like a high-ranking officer in the army, comes and is like, your prison sentence basically can end if you help us find this notorious criminal. So throughout the story, our main character Enivish has to decide between like conscience and duty and that kind of thing. So and this is a Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling, so that's YA fantasy. I am on chapter 2, page 16. So the writing is very descriptive, but it's not overdone, because some writers, their descriptive writing can be way too much with barely any dialogue, so that's not the case here. So yeah, that's my first little update. I'm about to go do my makeup and everything for the day, just get ready for the day. So I could only get 2 chapters in this setting. So after I eat my lunch later, I'll read again. But this is in first person perspective, and I just don't think first person works well for fantasy. I think it works better for other genres. Let me see here. Historical sometimes, it depends. Contemporary, I think it works great. Nonfiction obviously is usually first person. Fantasy, new. Thrillers, I think it's fine. It's really just a contemporary setting, really. So like romance, thriller, contemporary literary fiction, I think first person works fine, but I just don't like it for fantasy. I feel like this might be better on audio because these chapters are kind of long. I mean, they're not as long as the Poppy Wars, but still. I didn't want to show my bookmark because it's kind of ironic because I put the bookmarks in here way before I read the book, and it's the Beijing 2008. I don't know how to do it on camera. It's a holographic thing, but it's Beijing 2008 Olympics, and we're currently having the Olympics in Beijing in whatever year it is, 2022. Not saying I support that, but yeah, I got that bookmark as a 9-year-old, so like, don't come for me. But yeah, so I'm going to do my makeup and all. I'm gonna do my favorite hairstyle today, which is just doing a blowout really. And I'm wearing Joe Brown and Brandy Melville. So yeah, let me go ahead and open this top because I haven't opened it yet. It looks like somebody drove over it. I know from experience, but and their packaging is recyclable, and all their clothes are ethically made in the United States, so that's nice. Yeah, my dog hates when I open stuff, so she got out of here. So sticker from them. Beautiful Women. It's like I heard this Joa Brown. I only thought it was Joe, but Joa Brown. Comfort is at our core. When you feel good, you feel confident, and there's nothing sexier than that. True. So this is what I got here. And love the recyclable packaging. Ooh, so soft. All their stuff's only so soft. So, ooh, I didn't realize that it was cropped. This little corset? Yeah, that sounds right. Corset top, and it's kind of like a almost velvety or suede material. But yes, I'm gonna wear this with some sweats and this cardigan on the back of my chair. Okay, so I'm home, so I thought I'd show you guys my outfit. So the cardigan, Joa Brown. Then the top is as well. I got makeup like all over. It was like on there and then on the sides. Yeah, so definitely going to have to wash this. My sweatpants are Brandy Melville. My necklace was a Christmas gift. And then my shoes are Adidas. And then my makeup turned out really well today. Hair and my lip gloss, cool. And I plucked my eyebrows for the month. Just with the lighting to make it a bit brighter. So if you are content with this lighting, let me know. So I am about to start my second little sprint. So I got to chapter 4. Oh my gosh, my speakers. Okay. So I am on page 51. It's all right. I don't know, like I'm not far enough into it to have a real opinion. We do have disability representation, which I should have expected since this is a Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling. So I don't know exactly what is going on with her leg, but something is happening to the main character's leg, or had happened in the past and had lasting effects. So that is always nice to see. As I talked about with Follow Me Back, reading a character who has the same mental illness as me was just so, I don't know how to describe it, but representation is such an important thing that make you realize you're not alone. And yeah, it's really nice. So I'm going to start reading. Let's see how many pages chapter 4 is here. So it starts on 51, 60 page chapter. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I am done with Night Spinner for the day. I got to page 128, chapter 10, which is exactly where I want to get to. So a thing that I've picked up on since I last updated y'all is I wish there was a map. Fantasy usually comes with a map, except for the fantasies I've been reading lately. No, but because she's on a mission, traveling, and all that. And so I'm like, they're talking about all these places, but I'm like, I don't know if these are just a day's walk over or if they're 6 months over. I don't know. So I think this is a Russian inspired or at least Slavic inspired, but I'm not sure. Like, it gives me those kind of vibes from what I've heard about it, but then reading it, I'm like, some of the names look Chinese and then some look Indian, some like, where are we? But I don't know. So I'm gonna read, every time I read a book, I read a review every day for it, and I'm going to do that now. But when the 9 o'clock hour starts, which is in about 40 minutes, I will be reading the roughest draft. So I've already read like 130 pages today, so we're doing good. Monday's gone well. I've edited tomorrow's video. I have it uploading on Facebook right now because I've already uploaded to YouTube. And Einstein hair, I don't know why. I just filmed ASMR, so my voice is really low, but I don't know why that hair is popping out like that. It's annoying. Make it look like I'm balding, you know. So I read 156 pages yesterday, 128 in Night Spinner, and 28 in the roughest draft. So I am going to start reading Night Spinner in a little bit here because I've been lacking on watching my shows, but my iPad is at 4%, so it needs to charge. And oh my gosh, my hair looks so bad. But I did get a book today. This was the last one on Amazon, and I was the one to get it, and that is Narcos, The Art and Making of the Show by Jeff Bond. So this is just an art book, and it's like that feeling. So I got that today. I was looking for nonfiction books about the Narcos stuff and all, but could not find any good ones in English. So, but I found that art book, and I was like, I need it. So yeah, since I am bored, I'm just going to go ahead and read some because that's a good thing to do when you're bored. Through my first 3 chapters of the day to page 171, chapter 13. Basically, I feel like this book is exactly what the description said it would be. No, is that a bad thing? No, but I'm like, I want some like twists and turns, and it's just how I predicted it to be, I guess. So nothing too exciting, just a 3-star right now. I'm gonna put into Goodreads. I think I'm gonna take a nap because I am really tired. I don't know why, but I'm tired and want a nap. Guys, look at the sunset. I used to know that like orange would mean warm, pink cold. That could be reversed, so I don't know what the colors mean with the weather, and I think that's just like an old sailor's thing. I don't know if it's fact, but it's so beautiful. It's 6:02 right now. I'm on chapter 16 now. I'm still enjoying the sunset. It's like beautiful pink right now. Just appreciate things like that in life. Like, I appreciate the sunset every day, and I just think it's really important to appreciate small things like that. So I'm gonna put into Goodreads where I'm at. So I'm on page 210. So we're nearly at the 100-page mark for the day. 210. So this is 54% that. It's 54% all of that. Yeah, that. It's all 54. But I haven't told y'all the new releases that I'm excited for that come out today. So let's go to my new release page. So I think there's one that I totally forgot to put on the page, which yeah, is the 90s. I don't remember the author, but that one is really big. A lot of people are promoting that. It's a nonfiction. But the others, we have Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes, which I think is a science fiction Then we have The Last Grand Duchess by Bryn Turnbull, which is historical fiction. And lastly, on my page I had The Great Mrs. Alias, which I did not write the author for. But those are some new releases that I'm excited for. We'll look for them at Target tomorrow, but I doubt we will find them because Target has been lacking with putting out the new releases. Some months are good about it and some months not so much. So who knows if we will actually find these. I think we may, the 90s maybe, but Target's nonfiction isn't really strong unless it's memoirs or biographies. They did have the Braiding Sweetgrass, or Braiding, I think it's Braiding Sweetgrass, which I do really want to get to, and hopefully I will get to that one this year. I don't own it though, but I do know they have that there, but this is not November where I'm focusing on nonfiction. So those are the new releases I'm excited for. I need to do my Instagram story for that, Bookstagram story. But yeah, it's 6:11. Oh, the clouds are almost all gone. It's gonna be dark and sad and all of that. I don't know why I'm doing that. Yeah, there's my update. Done reading Night Spinner for the day. I'm getting a lot of the same vibes, but not as good, of Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. It's right there behind y'all. I really like that book and I do want to continue that series, but why am I getting those vibes? It's because we have like a multi-plane of existence kind of thing, like multiple planes, and using them in a fantasy setting, even though Daughter of Smoke and Bone is more of an urban fantasy, and this is like, I don't know when it's supposed to be, I guess medieval times. But I'm at 60-something%. I don't know what percent I'm at. Let me see. 62%. So I will be on track to finish this tomorrow. It is currently 6:57. So after I eat my dinner, I'm going to pick up the roughest draft. I am currently on chapter 18, page 102. Both of these are pretty average. This one's definitely going to be forgettable and I don't really care about what happens next. This one, it's average, but I want to know how this story is going to play out, and then I really like the setting. So this one I am enjoying a lot more, but so this is probably more like a 3.5 when this is a 3. So that's what we're currently reading. Yeah, I'm looking at what other books we could possibly start this week. After this, I have a historical romance, which is These Old Shades. And then after this one, I plan on reading The Dill by L. Kennedy. So those are future reading plans, but these are the current ones. It's Wednesday. I am back to reading outside, and I sat down and didn't realize the ground was kind of wet. So now my pants and socks feel wet, and that's like such a gross feeling. But it is 2:07. It's not as warm as it has been when I've been reading outside. It's like 57, I think. Not a cloud in the sky. Obviously, y'all need a weather report from me. So plain spawn conditions should be great. But yeah, the rest of the week is supposed to be in the 70s. So that is all good. But I just wanted to be outside for where I'm sitting in my yard. This is kind of exposure therapy for me, because I don't like being in this part of the yard, and I just want to improve and make myself be alright with sitting here. So we are reading Night Spinner. I am on page 243. Now I need to update y'all on the roughest draft. So the characters, they're fine. Atmosphere, like the atmosphere. Writing, see, it's been like over 12 hours since I read this. I'm kind of like, what am I talking about? I wish the writing was more descriptive. I do think Katrina is a lot more developed as a character than Nathan is. Yeah, it's not the best romance book I've ever read. It's not the worst either, but I probably will end up unhauling it. Like I'll probably end up unhauling this. Yeah, it's just, reading's been just very average lately. We haven't read a ton of 5 stars. We've only read 1 5-star this year. A lot of 4 stars. Or, yeah, the roughest draft will be like a 3.5, where this will be a 3. So technically, I could keep the roughest draft if I wanted to, but I don't think I am. But that's my update. I'm going to start reading now. I want to read at least 3 chapters while I'm out here. I can read more if I want to, and that's the plan. The bees didn't die. I'm so happy for them. This is on my phone, so the footage isn't that great, but they're still here. Look, why is this man out at 2 o'clock? Why? I ended up reading 4 chapters, which was like 70 pages. It's a rough estimate. I'm going to Target in about an hour or two, and I know I'm gonna get the Spanish Love Deception if they still have it, and then see what new releases they have, which I doubt they'll have any. But I also want to go through my shelves and unhaul stuff because I've been seeing those videos, but it's so hard for me. I'm like, I wanted to read this at one time, and now I don't. So I think we're just gonna start with the bookshelves that are in my room, which are technically in my closet because I didn't live in that room until like last year. And it used to be my library. So I have two 3 bookshelves, and we're just gonna go through and basically look at everything I've got in a subscription box. So basically we're gonna read the back, and if it doesn't really appeal to me, then I will unhaul it. These are the 4 that I took down. There were 2 more that I got in a subscription box, and I literally cannot pull them off the shelf. Like, one literally hurt my finger, so I'm like, I must really want to stay. So 2 of these are book of the month, and then they're all YA fantasy. That's just not something that appeals to me, because every time I read one, I'm like, this is exactly like the one I just read. So if you have a claim of why I should keep these, let me know. So we have The Girl the Sea Gave Back by Adrienne Young. Tova was a child when she was discovered washed ashore in a half-burned boat by the Swell clan. The sacred symbols and staves inked over every inch of her skin mark her not only as a member of the... Yeah, I don't want to read that. And then we have Fireborn. This is... Annie and Lee were just children when a brutal revolution changed their world, giving everyone, even the lowborn, a chance to test into the governing class of dragon riders. This is by Rosaria Munda, and she grew up in rural North Carolina, so that kind of is like, I don't want to get rid of a book by a Carolinian, but... Then Seafire by Natalie C. Parker. After her family is killed by corrupt warlord Eric Athair and his bloodthirsty army of bullets, Caldonia Styx is left to chart her own course on the dangerous and deadly seas. She captains her ship, the Mors Navis, with a crew of girls and women just like her who have lost their families and homes because Eric and his men... the crew has one mission: stay alive and take down Eric's armed and armored fleet. And then another Viking one, which is Warrior of the Wild by Trisha Lovin, who I know this author is really popular, so this one may... I'm not sure if it's... Okay. Yeah. No? Yeah. So this is a YA. As her father's chosen heir, an 18-year-old Rasmira has trained her whole life to become a warrior and lead her village. But when her coming-of-age trial is sabotaged and she fails the test, her father banishes her to the monster-filled wilderness with the impossible quest to win back her honor. She must kill the oppressive god who claims tribute for the villages each year or die trying. I really like this cover, but obviously we don't buy books for their covers. You can't really see it, but yeah. So if you have a counter reaction to this of why I should keep these books or why I should give them a chance, let me know, because I'm not going to unhaul them until like June. I do every 6 months is when I unhaul books. So let me know in the comments if you think that I should keep any of these books. Outfit of the day, ponytail. Hair. Outfit. Yeah. It's Pikachu. Target fun. I got the butterscotch. I've been wanting something sweet for my date. And it's really got the good. They're so pretty. Guys, I bought myself flowers. They come in this cute little thing. Yeah, treat yourself. I am back from Target. I've had my dinner. I made pasta and everything and made sure it wasn't lentil pasta last time because the lentil pasta was not for me, and I had a lot of fiber in it, and so it made my stomach cramp a lot because I wasn't used to having that much fiber in one day because I already had meals with fiber, and then I have 2 dishes of a lot of pasta, so it didn't go well for me. So I got those flowers I all saw. And then they had the Valentine cookies, so those are gonna be really fun to make over the weekend. Eat them during the Super Bowl. And then I got the Spanish Love Deception. Like I said, this is by Elena Armas. And I got it 20% off, which was really nice. So that's about $3 and way cheaper than Barnes & Noble would be, which I didn't see this at Barnes & Noble. I've been waiting to buy this book, but it was originally independently published, and I just didn't want to buy on Amazon because I just didn't. Because there's so many books I want to buy, and this was just not one that came up. And so now it's by Simon & Schuster. So I'm gonna read this for y'all. This is very popular on BookTube and BookTok. I don't have TikTok, but from what I know. And also very floppy. So, a wedding in Spain, an infuriating man, 3 days to convince her family she's actually in love. Catalina Martin desperately needs a date to her sister's wedding, especially since her little white lie about her American boyfriend has spiraled out of control. Now everyone she knows, including her ex and his fiance, my bad, will be there and eager to meet him. So then she meets like Aaron Blackford. Yeah, that's the name. So I've seen people absolutely love this. I've seen people hate it. So who knows where I will fall with that. So I don't know if the writer is actually Spanish or what, or if it just takes place in Spain. Let's see if there's a page here about the author. It's a Spanish writer. Yeah, awesome. I've read several Spanish authors, so it's only good to add more to that. But something I noticed, because I saw some romance books that I hadn't seen before, but so many romance books lately have been about celebrity chefs. I really enjoyed The Holiday Swap, I think is what it's called. I really like that, but one of the main female protagonists in that is a celebrity chef. Then You Had Me at Hola or something, that is about a celebrity chef. This one was about like a girl doesn't know if she should follow what her family wants for her, which is taking over like their fast food empire. And then there was something about a taco place, and it's in San Diego, and the guy with the taco kitchen is a celebrity chef. And there's just so many about celebrity chefs, and this is not something that appeals to me. I'm like, can you give me a romance novel about like spies or something, or about musicians? Like, I don't know, celebrity chefs, I'm not attracted to them, but I'm not into that. I don't watch cooking shows, so that's not for me. But I'm going to get to reading. I said I read like 70 pages. I read like 50 pages earlier. I forgot what page I'd start on. So I'm on 296 now. We are at 75% though. That's probably where I got confused. So we don't have that much left, so I'm going to read right now. Y'all, look at this. This is my auto-generated background. Do y'all know where this is? Like, oh my gosh. It looks like the Dolomites in Italy. I've flown an airline with that same name and I can't pronounce it. But I know they did this kind of stuff in like Colorado. I've never seen it in Europe. I don't know if it's Europe though. Maybe Argentina or somewhere, but very cool. I've read 143 pages today, finishing Ninth Spinner. If you would like my full and final thoughts, they will be in my wrap up at the end of the month, but I will give y'all the short of it right now. So the characters were like any other YA fantasy, very flat, one-dimensional, that kind of thing. Atmosphere didn't really do anything for me. Again, it's what I've seen before. The writing was descriptive but not too much, which is good. It was easy to read. Chapters did kind of feel long at times. The plot, I didn't clinch me in or anything. I was like, it was fine reading, but then like the last 3 chapters I was just really angry, and if I had felt that earlier on I probably would have DNF'd. But I didn't hate this, hence why I didn't DNF. This is fine. I'm going to unhaul this book, and it is a signed copy, so be sure to look out on my eBay if you guys would like this book, because I know I'm not in the demographic for this. YA is not my thing, so that's I'm not in demographic. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm gonna write my review that I will put in my video at the end of the month. But I'm gonna eat my dinner first and then do that. Then I will get to reading The Roughest Draft for the rest. We are back out here. I can't really tell the brightness because it's just bright out here in general. Why is the one part of the yard where I do my exposure therapy, the ground's still wet? Like, why? So I forgot to bring my notebook out here, so when I write my notes I'm gonna have to do it on my phone. It's Thursday, I don't know if I said that, but we're about to start a new book, which is These Old Shades by Georgette Heyer. I have a terrible bookmark in here that I'm literally gonna give away after I read this, because I know somebody who this will be perfect for. But these are metallic ones. They might be better in hardbacks, I don't know, but yeah, in the paperback it's constantly falling out, and that just gives me anxiety. It's really nice, like it looks nice and I like it, but it doesn't do its job properly. So yeah, this is I talked about it in a video, my TBR video. It's a romance, and it came from like the 1927, I think is when it was published, but let me confirm. 1926. But this is a 2019 version. When I bought it, I didn't know that it was a from the 1920s, and if I would have known that, I probably wouldn't have bought it. So just the little, since it's a really short description. The Duke of Avon has waited 20 years to get revenge on his arch enemy. When the Duke rescues young Leone, I guess is how you say it, from a life of harsh abuse, he finds his new protege. Not only the key to a scandal that will shock the world and destroy his enemies, but also the one person who can transform his dark and embittered... My camera battery just died. It's not going my way today, and I totally did not brush my hair either. I meant to do that before I came out here. But yeah, so I don't know if y'all got the description of the book, but yeah, but reading it out loud, I'm like, oh, Leone and the one who transforms her, I don't think are the same people, but I don't know. So I want to read 10 chapters today, which is 126 pages. These chapters seem to be about like 12 pages long, an average of 12 to 13 pages. So I don't know what to expect from this, because since it is coming from 1926, here come the fighter jets. Yep, they usually come around 2 o'clock. F-16s or whatever they are, I don't remember. But yeah, so I'm just rambling. I was gonna wait till 2 to come out here, which, I mean, I came out only like 12 minutes early, but I couldn't sit inside anymore. I had nothing to do in there. I was bored. I haven't written in days because just nobody else has, and that makes me not want to write, because I'm like, I feel like I'm doing it for no reason, which is not true, but so I'm kind of cold down here because, as I said, the grass is damp. And hi, military, U.S. Air Force, wherever y'all are. Very loud. Really loud. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to reading because right now I'm just rambling and putting it off. I've read 17% in that sitting, which was 5 chapters and 63 pages. So characters, I'm just imagining Leon as Fergus from Outlander. Like, Diana Gabaldon read this. I don't know if she really did, but like, I think so. I'm getting those vibes. Atmosphere, I am liking the atmosphere. It's really helpful for my own book. Obviously, I'm not like, not plot wise, but like maybe the way a man is dressed or something, what kind of chain he would have on his clothes, and or a sword on his waist, that kind of thing. It's helpful for that. The writing is a bit like, I don't know, like, I'm just kind of, yeah, I don't have any real thoughts on that yet. Plot, so I'm thinking Leon is the bastard son of the Duke of Avon. Is that what it is? Duke of Avon's arch rival, and that he is going to, like, expose his rival for having a bastard son. Kind of like the Game of Thrones vibes with, like, Cersei's kids. Like, it's reminding me of that. So it's all right now. I'm not, like, I don't really have any real opinion yet. I usually don't at this point in a book. I think a lot of this, yeah, with the writing back, I think we're just setting up the story a lot right now. So I am going to go in, and actually one of my friends wrote something, and I'm like, you just gave me motivation to get back to writing, and then this book has given me ideas as well. So I am going to go write a little bit, and I think I'm going to, before I do that, I think I'm going to make, or heat up the pasta that I made yesterday and just have some leftovers. I'm going to go to Zaxby's probably in like an hour, and get a grilled cheese, which I'm like, I shouldn't be, you know, I've had so much cheese that, like, it's really bad. At least I've been having water. But yeah, so I'm going to, do all of what I just said I'm gonna do. We are with the messy background, so I am done reading these old shades for the day. So just some points I took while reading. I don't know what is going on there. So it's hard to tell which characters are talking, and I think that was my issue earlier, that I could just not put into words. It's just, oh, had the quote and then not who said it. And just when that happens in books, I find myself getting really confused. So that plays into the character and writing point. And then the setting and the plot, I think, are the strongest points in this, the atmosphere and the plot. When earlier I was thinking, after I had read like the first chapter, I was like, oh my gosh, when I did my TBR video, I got it all wrong, all messed up. I sounded really stupid in it. But now I'm like, oh, that's what I was supposed to think, is what I said in my TBR video. So we're good, we're good on that. So another interesting point in here is just the themes of gender, which I didn't really expect to play a part in this. It's not necessarily about sexism at this time or anything like that, because this came out 7 years after women gained the right to vote. So to give an idea where women's rights were at this time. Well, this book takes place in the 1700s. But the element of gender, which I don't want to go too much into because it would be kind of a spoiler, but I think is really interesting. So then for the rest of the night, I'm going to read the roughest draft. So these are my current reads going into the weekend. I don't vlog on Fridays, but I will be reading this on Friday and have plans on finishing it on Monday. This one, I don't know when I'll finish it, today or tomorrow probably, and then I will start The Dill by L. Kennedy. So those are my reading plans. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. Bye!